Today, we'll be making a WhatsApp-based AI customer support and lead generation agent. First of all, a quick little intro. Hey, I'm Adnan, and I'm documenting my journey in the AI automation space. I try to learn new steps every day. I record them, and I post in my YouTube channel. First of all, a little bit context about the company that we'll be making the agent for. Biosource Analytics is an Austin-based provider specializing in the acquisition and provision of high-value medical and scientific lab equipment for research institutions, clinical labs, and biotech companies across the USA. So we want to implement a WhatsApp-based agent which can handle 24/7 customer support, and also it can generate leads. So what this agent can do? First of all, it offers 24/7 instant customer support via website, chatbot, and phone. It can answer common questions instantly without human involvement. It can generate real-time quotes for potential customers. It also helps to capture lead information so that the sales team can follow up later. And finally, it can help set appointments to close deals faster. Ultimately, it's a smart solution to automate sales and support, and all in one. So why this agent matters? First of all, it speeds up the purchase decisions with instant answers. It also increases the conversion rates by reducing the friction in the path in the buying journey. It cuts down costs on live support or sales representatives because they are much more costly. It can also help boost efficiency by automating the quote and the lead generation process. And finally, the customer experience is scalable and it remains constant every time. So ultimately, all this results in more sales and fewer costs. So it's a no-brainer return on investment. So let's move on to the building our AI agent. First, let's talk a bit about the process. Our agent will have access to different tools for generating quotes and capturing the lead information. It will also be able to access the knowledge base of our company and all the related documents that we provide to the agent to answer any queries that are related to our company. And we will be using some tools. Agentive, we will be calling some tools from Relevance AI. We'll be storing our lead data to Airtable, and we will use the WhatsApp Business API to connect to our WhatsApp chatbot. Alright, so we are in Agentive, and this is the main platform that we'll be building our tool on today. So at first, we can click on Create New Agent. So this will be our agent's name. We can name it something like Biosource Analytics WhatsApp Customer Support Bot. Okay, we can name this, and in the agent description, we can type something like this agent can handle customer support in WhatsApp and generate leads. Alright, so after putting on the agent description, you have to select your OpenAI API key. The reason behind you cannot choose anything other than OpenAI models because Agentive, the whole platform, was built on OpenAI's developer systems, right? So you can only select the tools available from OpenAI, and you will need an OpenAI API key. You can find that in the OpenAI playground. So you have to open an account there and collect your key. So I have pasted my key here, and the model that the agent will be using, we can select that from here. So we'll stick with GPT-4o. And we are going to create our agent. Okay, so this is the dashboard. So as usual with every AI agent, you have to include some things. First of all is the brain of the agent, which is our LLM model. And in this case, we have selected GPT-4o. Then the agent needs to have access to a memory or a knowledge. It's not required, but it's helpful. And it will require some tools to do some work. So you can think of tools as the hands and legs of the AI agent. So at first, we'll come to the prompt section later. This is our knowledge. If we enable a knowledge base, we can include all the related information of the company here. And finally, we have tools. We'll be adding some tools here. So at first, we'll be adding the prompt later. Let's add the knowledge base first. So if we click here, enable knowledge base, select a knowledge base. We'll be adding a new, so you can name it something like bio source analytics knowledge base. Select open AI API key, that is the one we selected previously. So you can click on create. Our knowledge base is created. Now we can add some documents in this knowledge base. So file upload, now we will be uploading a file. It supports PDF, text, markdown format, HTML, documents, PowerPoint files, etc. So we'll be selecting knowledge base document file, right? Alright, we have selected and uploaded our biosource knowledge base, biosource analytics knowledge base. It has been uploaded and the processing is done, so everything is alright. We can click on upload. Okay, we have added the knowledge base to our AI agent. Next up, tools. So we will be using two tools here, which we have already made in Relevance AI. If you want to know how we can make tools in Relevance AI, check out my previous videos. I have detailed instructions on how to do that, but on this video I'm just going to show the high level overview and then connect the tools here. Okay, so we are going to use two tools here. The first one being the instant code generator. So if the customer has provided his the kind of equipment that he wants to purchase and his required or his desired acquisition timeline, based on those two factors, we can generate a quote for that customer. And second tool that we will be using is a tool to store the lead data to Airtable CRM. So if nothing makes sense to you right now, just stick with me. First of all, we need a little bit more context, because what's our company doing? So let's check the company's knowledge base first. Alright, so this is the knowledge base of Biosource Analytics. It will give you more context why we need the equipment category or other things. So about us section, I'm not going to read that. Alright, so we actually okay, this is our location and contact information. Of course, we can customize everything based on the company that we'll be working with. The data can be larger or smaller. So our equipment offerings, we specialize in sourcing a wide range of lab instrumentation. Our core offerings include, if you notice from our knowledge base, we only work with 4 kinds of equipment categories. At first being the analytical instrumentation, that will cover these kind of devices, imaging systems, sample prep and general lab equipments, and finally specialized sourcing requests. Alright, here we also provided some frequently asked questions that the customer can ask, and if he asks this kind of questions, our agent can answer directly from this knowledge base. We can modify and add a lot more things here. We also added some commitments, our commitments, kind of things we prioritize, and of course our client focus and reach. We proudly serve clients nationwide across the USA, and our primary client segments include blah blah blah. So yeah, that goes our knowledge base. Now we need to add some tools to our agent, and for that we are going to Relevance AI. So let's check what we have there. Okay, now we are in Relevance AI, and I'm going to show you the two tools that we have already created, but of course I'm going to explain everything how we can create those as well. So at first we have our cost estimator tool. You can click on that. So this is our cost estimator tool, and we are in the build section. So it can provide us how the tool works, provide information on that. So at first, here are the inputs that the tool is expecting from you or another place. So at first we have the equipment category, the category of the equipment, And from here we have only 4 options, as the company works with only 4 kinds of equipments. You can select that from here. Desired acquisition timeline in weeks. So the tool is also expecting a number which will indicate the weeks that the customer is desiring the acquisition in. Alright, so here we can select a number, and if you can notice, the equipment category will be in text string format and the acquisition timeline will be in number format. Of course, you can play with these things, and we will need a LLM model connected to our tool here, and of course we need some prompts for every LLM tasks. So the prompt for this tool is, you are a cost estimate calculator. Your task is that the customer is requesting a cost estimate for, we have selected equipment category for acquiring in acquisition timeline. So this is a variable, dynamic variable, and we can include dynamic entries here from here, right? Whatever we select from here, let's say we selected analytical instruments, the value will be saved in this variable equipment category, and in this prompt it will automatically load analytical instruments here. It will replace here. Alright, so for acquiring in acquisition time, this is the variable for this output, weeks, and then we provided some reference data for calculating the cost. Use this reference data to provide a cost estimate for all the condition options. We provided that in markdown formatting. So after providing the equipment category and the acquisition timeline, we have some pricing options based on the condition of the equipment that we'll be supplying. For example, we have 3 conditions of the tools that we supply. First of all, we got new surplus or X demo, then we got certified pre-owned CPO, and at last we have got sourced pre-owned. So depending on the equipment type and the acquisition timeline, the cost will vary. Right, the plus symbol indicates it starts from this price. Okay, so we provided that data for all 4 categories here. And finally, we have respond with a JSON that has one property which is called estimate and a mnemonic values for all the estimates. And our model will be using the Google Gemini 2.0 Flash model. Of course, you can select any LLM models of your choosing if you have the API keys. So you can test that model right now. For example, if we select imaging systems and let's say we want that in 2 weeks. So let's see if our tool works perfectly or not. Running your tool, hold on. Okay, so after our tool ran successfully and from all the inputs, it will deliver this output in this format. So in underestimate, we got, if the condition is new surplus or X demo, the price is $65,000, etc. Okay, so you get a basic idea for how our tool works. This is the cleaner user interface of our tool. So now let's check our second tool, which was Airtable lead capture. So what this tool does is, this tool captures lead information and stores it in an Airtable CRM. It requires the lead's name, phone, and email. So our agent will automatically ask the potential customer, his name, email, and phone, and thus it will pass that data onto our Relevance AI tool, and this tool will pass that data to Airtable CRM. Does that make sense? It's a bit complicated, but it's a chain of process going on here. Okay, so what's the input for our tool here? At first we got the name of the lead, then we got the email address of the lead, phone number, typical stuffs. Then we need to make an API request to Airtable CRM. So the method will be post. Of course, I'm going to show you in the Airtable CRM what's going on in the background. So why we use this section? Just remember, there are method, the API URL that we send the post request on to. We got some headers here. At first, we have authorization header, so that beside our intended users, no one can access our tool, because that's a security risk, and of course they can use your tokens first. And then you got content type, which is application/JSON, and after that we got body in the raw format, and this will be our raw format body. So let me just quickly head on to Airtable and show you why we selected these settings here. Just remember, right? Now we are in Airtable and this is our dashboard. So after creating an account, here is your test base. So I'm just going to rename it, and of course you can select new and create new. So you can of course select and create new bases. So we're going to first rename our base into Biosource Analytics CRM. So we named our base Biosource Analytics CRM. Let's head on there. Okay, so it's empty right now, and that's all right. So if you can notice, we have some table headers here. We are only going to use the name, phone, and email, and the status will be automatically added here. So this is the look of our CRM, and now let me show you where we can get those API keys from. From here, if we click on our account icon, and if we select the Builder Hub, so this is our Builder Hub, and from here let me show you how this actually works. So we have come into the developer section. We are going to click on Web API. So here in our API reference section, we are going to select the workspace that we are working on. So it's Biosource Analytics CRM. Let me click on that. Alright, so it has loaded. So let's just move on to the leads section, leads table here, and this is the lead table. So if we click on create records here, as you can see, so this will be a section or the body request that we'll be using, and if you read this, you'll be much more clearer on how this works. So as you can see, to create new records, which we'll be doing from our tool, it needs to issue a post request to the leads endpoint. So this is a post request, as you can see from this car body here, and the request should be sent to this URL. So this will be the URL that we'll be using in the Relevance AI tool. Okay, so this is a post URL, and we got the authorization header, if you remember. So we have to first type bearer, then we have to paste in our secret API token, which we can copy later on. So then we got another header, content type, and this will be application/JSON. So in the data section, so our body should actually look like this. The parts that I have selected with my mouse, this is our body data. All right. So we got some example responses here. So this is the type of response that the Airtable API will be expecting. All right. So this is our expected response. So now that we have a clear idea, we can actually go on and do everything. This is our URL, API token, and content type. So let's move on to relevance and see how all this connects together. Alright, now I'm in the Airtable lead capture tool in Relevance AI. So here, as you can see, it's already selected. Of course you could select other stuff, but for us this will be a post method. Okay, so we are going to paste the link that we copied from our Airtable. So now in the authorization section, see, we put in a space here, and this was our API token from a tool that I used previously, but now we're going to paste, and first we're going to create a new API key, and then we'll paste it here. So let me just go on here. Alright, so in the Builder Hub, instead of going to the developer docs, if you click on personal access tokens here you can create a new token, and we can name it something like for relevance. So Bioresource Analytics Airtable API for, I'm just naming it so that we can pinpoint everything later on. So what are the scopes of this API tool? So after someone has access to our Airtable CRM, what that person can do. So let's add some scopes. First of all, we can select the read option here, so it can read the data in the records. Then we can add the write option, so it can read, it can write, create, edit and delete records. And it might be helpful to even add this section here, schema base read, so it will add some see the structure of a base like table names or field types. This is helpful to some extent. Okay, so access, this token can access the following bases and workspaces. You can only grant access to bases and workspaces that you have access to. So I can add the base of our company, Bioresource Analytics CRM. Cool. So everything is set up. We can select create token. Our token has been created. We can copy this token and click on done. And now if we go back to Relevance AI, so after a space we can paste our token here. Cool. We'll be testing our tool. Content type is application/JSON. all right, that can stay. The body type is raw. So if you remember this section here in our Airtable API docs, so we have actually followed this structure here. I've already copy pasted it, so you have to type in those. Yeah, I think everything is set. Now we can actually test this tool. At first, let me save it. Tool saved and published successfully. Okay, now let's test that. Let's say my name is Ronaldo, and we can type something here, Ronaldo at the rate of road.com. Phone number, this is the phone number of Ronaldo. So everything is set. Now we can test if our tool runs properly or not. We can click on run tool. We'll see a message if the tool runs properly. Cool. So the tool output is, so this is the output that Airtable provided us, that it received our data properly. If we select here the field section, as you can see, our tool has successfully sent this data: name, status, the email and phone of the lead. How cool is that? So we can check the Airtable CRM table section if our data has been gotten there properly or not. As you can see here, we are in the Bioresource Analytics CRM and it has worked perfectly fine. Here's our lead's name, lead's phone number and lead's email, all are here. So cool. Now that we understand how both of the tools of the Relevance AI works, now we can actually call the tools from Relevance AI to our agentive workflow, so that our agent can actually access these tools to perform the tasks. Okay, so let's move on to Relevance AI so that we can combo all these things together. So now we are in the Relevance AI. So I'm going to click on export tools here and select custom GPT actions. After selecting that, a whole lot of options have arrived, and I'm going to scroll down and select the tools that I need. We can select our Airtable lead capture tool, and we'll be also selecting our cost estimator tool. This tool provides the estimated cost of lab equipments, and this tool captures lead information and stores it in Airtable CRM. After selecting our tools, we are going to scroll down, and here we are going to select custom auth. Alright, we are going to click on generate API key. So this is our authorization token for accessing these two tools. We are going to scroll down, and we need some kind of open API schema that we can paste in our agentive, the agent that is hosted on agentive, so that it can read the schema properly, and it basically provides it some instructions on how to access these two tools from relevance AI. Does that make sense? So we are going to click on generate open API schema. It's kind of the instruction manual for our agent. If we click on here, so there goes. As you can see in this schema, the instruction is properly included for the agent. This will be the required input for our first tool, which will be the cost estimator, and of course we have the same for the second tool there, name, email, phone, as you can see. So, and in what format or type the tool is expecting the data, like the name, the type for our name variable, it's expecting a string. And if we scroll down and for the equipment category, as you can see, for our acquisition timeline, if you remember, the type of our data was number, not string. So everything is included here for our agent to understand properly how it needs to send data. Alright, so our schema is generated. We have our authorization token. Now we can head straight back to agent if. Now we are in agent if again. So this was our tool, if you remember. So here we will going to select create new tool. So what's the open API schema? If you remember, that was our schema. We can just directly copy it and paste that here. Schema successfully validated and the tools are added automatically. So before adding the auth section, we are going to select on this. So at first, so that we can create the tools. So if you remember, one API open API schema was enough to access the both tools. So it was kind of like a combo. So both tools are requiring the post methods. So great. Now we need to add the authorization token from here. Let's just copy that. Select here, edit schema, edit auth. So what was our API key? This was our API key, and this was the custom API key. We're going to select on add auth. Next up, for cost estimator, we are going to do the same. Sorry. So this was a custom auth as well. Add auth. Done. So our tools are set. Our knowledge base is set. Now the final part, we need to add the prompt for our agent on what's the purpose of it, what it's going to do, and the tools that it needs to use. So this is the prompt for our agent, and I have written this beforehand so that the video can stay short, but of course you can pause the screen and read everything here. Let me first explain why I chose to go with this format. So this is called markdown formatting. If you see, this is called markdown formatting. This is a way to prompt better. If you need more instructions, check out my prompt engineering video where I have discussed in details on why we do this and how to do this, right? How to write effective and better prompts. So at first we assigned a role to our agent, act as Biosource Analytics WhatsApp support and lead generation agent. His task will be to engage with potential customers on WhatsApp to provide information about our acquisition, provision of medical and scientific lab equipment, answer facts, and offer instant course based on equipment category and desired acquisition timeline in weeks, blah blah blah. So your goal is to guide users towards booking a service with us, enhancing customer conversion rates. Then we included the specifics, use the provided FAQ document to answer questions about our company and services. And when pricing inquiries arise, utilize the cost estimator tool by asking for the equipment category. So these are the 4 categories, and desired acquisition timeline in weeks. If a customer shows clear interest in our services, especially about receiving a quote, proceed to capture the lead information using the Airtable lead capture tool. Maintain a friendly yet straightforward and helpful tone throughout interactions and avoiding any unnecessary things. So tools, we included, we mentioned the two tools that the agent will have access to. First, we have cost estimator tool, what it does, and the Airtable lead capture tool. We included some notes here. Always prioritize clarity and helpfulness in your responses, blah blah blah. And also remember, the ultimate goal is to guide potential customers towards booking a service with us by providing them with the information they need and capturing their interest through lead information collection. Alright, so I'm just going to copy all this and paste it here. Done. So our agent setup is almost done. We have provided the prompt, the knowledge base and tools. I'm going to click on publish here. The agent has been so let's just test our agent, how it works. I'm going to move myself there. Alright, now we will test our agent if it's working properly or not. So we'll just click with hi. How can I assist you today? Are you looking for details about lab equipment, pricing, or any specific service? So at first let's ask it a company related query so that it can access the knowledge base. So where are you guys located? It should access the knowledge base now. Damn. Biosource Analytics is located at 123 Research Boulevard, Austin, Texas. If you need more information or assistance, feel free to ask. So it has accessed the knowledge base perfectly. Now we're going to test if it can access those two tools that we provided earlier. So at first, let's ask it for an estimated quote. I want to buy some lab equipment for my research lab. What's the prices? What are the prices? Okay. Some grammatical hiccup there. I can help you with that. Could you please specify the category of lab equipment you're interested in? Here are the available categories. So these are the 4 categories that we specified. Additionally, let me know your desired acquisition timeline in weeks so that I can provide you with an accurate quote. So let's say I need imaging systems in 2 weeks. Let's see if it can access those two tools or not. And bam! The estimated prices for imaging systems with their 2-week acquisition timeline are as follows. So new surplus or XDM will be starting from $65,000, certified $50,000, and source pre-owned $40,000. If you are interested in any of these options or need further assistance, please let me know. Cool. I can go with the new surplus one. How to buy. Great choice. To proceed with the purchase of the new surplus imaging system, I'll need to capture your lead information for our sales team to follow up. Could you please provide the following details: your name, your phone number, and your email address. Once I have that, we can finalize the next steps. Alright, so let's say my name is what should I type? Let's just say Bruce. So much typos. My name is Bruce Wayne. My number is 12345 blah blah blah. You can email me at batman@gotham.com. He's basically blowing up his secret identity here, but that's alright. So now it should access the Airtable tool from Relevance AI and save this information, this lead information, in our CRM database. Thank you, Bruce. Your information has been successfully captured. Our sales team will reach out to you shortly to finalize the purchase of the new surplus imaging system. If you have any more questions or need further assistance in the meantime, feel free to ask. So yeah, our chat AI agent is working just fine. It just used the knowledge base. It used the tools perfectly. Now let's see if our Airtable database has been updated or not. Okay, now we are in the Biosource Analytics CRM, and as you can see, name Bruce Wayne, phone number and email batman@gotham.com. All have been updated accordingly to our prompt and the way we set everything up. So yeah, our agent was a successful build. Now, as you can see, this can be integrated in website chatbots or WhatsApp chatbots. After clicking on publish, our agent is published and live. And to make changes to your agent, blah blah blah, we don't need that. Now we are going to see how we can actually integrate this agent into business WhatsApp chat. So at first I'm going to select here deploy, and from integrations tab we will select WhatsApp. There are various other options here, but we are going with WhatsApp right now. So we're going to click on connect WhatsApp. So continue as myself. You are going to need a Facebook account for this. So yes, I want to continue as. So connect your account to agentif/morningside.bm. Yes. So here you need to create a business portfolio, a business name. You will need your business website or profile page or any other link in any social medias. You just need a valid link for your business here. And in the country, you are going to select your country here. So I'm going to click on next. Then you need to create or select your WhatsApp business account from here. So I have already created mine, and you can create that from there. And I selected my WhatsApp business profile and business account from here. I'm going to click on next. So yeah, everything is done. Let's continue. Alright, so you're now ready to chat with people on WhatsApp. I'm going to click on finish here. So as you can see, Agentive is showing. Please select which phone number you would like to connect. So this is our the phone number and the WhatsApp message. I'm going to click on confirm. Please wait while we connect your WhatsApp account. And bam, done. You can now use WhatsApp to interact with your agent. How cool is that? So here you can see option named interval. The interval determines how long the agent waits before starting to respond to a message. A lower interval will make the agent respond faster, but may cause it to reply to multiple messages from the same user in quick succession. It's better to select a longer interval because it shows that it gives the impression that a human is behind the chat and a human is actually replying, because we tend to type everything and it takes some time. If it replies instantly, it can do that, but the whole purpose of this thing goes to waste. We need some kind of human impression here. So I'm going to cross that, and now we're going to test in our WhatsApp if our agent works perfectly or not. Alright guys, so I have loaded up my WhatsApp chat, and you can actually test if our agent is working right or not. If you notice, we can deploy our agent in website chatbots or WhatsApp chat, wherever you like. So Yeah, it replied with how can I assist you today? If you have any questions about our medical and scientific lab equipments, or if you like a code, feel free to ask. So let's ask it. Where are you guys located? So I'm asking a question that it should answer from the knowledge base that I provided. Cool. So it accessed the knowledge base and replied with Biosource Analytics is located at. So if you have any more questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask. So let's try generating a quote and let's see if it records our lead data or not. So let's just put it. I want to buy some lab equipments for my lab. That's great to hear. We can assist you with your lab equipment needs. Could you please specify the category of equipment you're interested in? The options are additionally, please let me know your desired acquisition timeline. Alright. So let's say this time I'm going for I want the analytical instruments in 3 weeks. I want the analytical instruments in 3 weeks. So let's see if it can access the tool in Relevance AI and generate our estimated quote. Cool. So the estimated costs for analytical instruments are as follows for a 3-week acquisition timeline. So it provided us with the estimated cost. So if you're interested in any of these options or have further questions, please let me know. Okay, I wanna buy a certified pre-owned instrument. Now it should ask our name, phone number, email address. As you can see, that's a great choice. To proceed, could you please provide me with your lead information? All right. Perhaps it shouldn't ask lead information. Maybe we can update that in our prompt. All right. So my name is, let's say, Steve Rogers. My email is cap@usa.com and my number is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 blah blah blah. So now it should access the Airtable CRM tool and it should send the data to Airtable. Now a few moments later we'll check our Airtable CRM if the data has been updated or not. Alright, thank you Steve. Your lead information has been successfully captured. Here's a summary, name, email, phone. Our sales team will follow up with you regarding your purchase of the certified pre-owned shortly. Alright, so as you can see, our agent is working just fine. So just like this, you can add the power of AI into your chatbots, including the WhatsApp chatbot. And yeah, so our build was working fine. I'm feeling happy. So yeah. So that was the video, guys. The journey continues. What AI agents do you want to see next? Let me know in the comments with any insights that you have or any suggestions for me. And if you like the video, smash that like button and subscribe for more AI explorations and comment below with your insights. So that was all for today. See you in the next one.